Hi, I'm Gabriel,
I'm Michael.
and this is the Entrepreneur Experience.
All right, welcome back.
Glad to be here. Episode 2 of the Entrepreneur Experience.
Yeah, we changed the scenery. We're in the backyard now. It's not as bright, so the sun's not in our eyes this time. But welcome to episode 2, the Entrepreneur Experience. Gabriel, you want to talk about your week in the lawn care industry and just kind of let us know how it went?
Yeah, I mean, basically, I mowed lawns. No, it's there's hardships lately. The lawnmower's kind of been breaking down on me.
Yeah.
So got to do repairs mid job, and I guess it kind of just comes with the job.
Yeah,
So
kind of got to be a handyman.
yeah, no, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing about it's really hard. You just gotta,
Yeah.
you just do it. So
Yep. Perfect.
how about you, Michael? How's your week been?
My week was pretty busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a nice tan. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I finished the dugouts at the school.
Mm-hmm.
There was 8 dugouts. I thought I can get it done in one day. I was wrong. It took me 2 full days. Clean all algae, mildew, stains are off for the most part. Other than that, I did 2 homes and I did a large deck. So those are always my favorite to do.
Yeah.
You're not walking around the whole house. It's all right there contained. Other than that, not much. I have a couple quotes I gave.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on 2 callbacks, and I'm waiting on one person to give me the okay. So we're looking to have another busy week,
Sweet.
and which is exciting. I mean, now I have to lay in bed every night wondering if I'm going to make any money this week. So that always makes it easier.
No, I think we're coming into like the perfect time of year for those soft washes. Like you said last week, you're in a lake town.
Yeah.
A lot of these people, they live out of state. They're really making their first trip over here for the year.
Yeah.
So they're coming home. They're seeing that their siding, maybe their decks, their walkways are looking a little dirty.
Yep.
Now they know you're in the area. You put out door hangers. You've got signs up all over the place. You've sent out mailers.
Yeah.
So they know you're here, and it's that time of year. I think you're about to get pretty busy.
I sure hope so. I mean, what a problem to have.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can see we have our signs here. We just want to show that we have multiple lawn care business signs for Gabriel out and about in Colin, Mendon, different towns around us. And then you can see I got this gigantic one. This was meant for my yard, but it kept blowing over. So it's basically just a decoration now for the podcast. But so we have a bunch of these just kind of out and about. And like Gabriel said, we hung up door hangers in February.
No, that's like one of the biggest parts of the grind. It's like, you got the business end of things, you're doing the actual work.
Yep.
But then there's that off-season stuff where it's like, you got to get the clients. You got to get the advertisement out there. And sometimes that means putting in a few steps.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's kind of where you put in the most work, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I did mailers. That was so far has turned out to equal out. I'm not positive or negative in it yet, but it's something that I probably will continue doing to kind of see where I land at the end of the year. See if it's worth it, really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've sent out 300-400 mailers. I've probably got 9 callbacks and 6 yeses on those. So for the most part, I believe I am in the positive, maybe, but it's touchy.
No, I see. I'm willing to bet you're actually a little bit more in the positive with that than you think you are. Getting 4 jobs out of 60 mailers sent out. You said 60?
No, 300 total. Yeah.
Yeah. No, if 4 jobs out of 300, that's pretty standard actually.
Okay.
They say usually if you get 1 out of 100, you're in a good position.
Oh, 1%. Okay.
So it doesn't sound great, but
no, it doesn't. It kind of. But you lifted me up, Gabriel. That's why we do this together.
That's why I'm here.
So I appreciate you. So we want to talk about all the people that got a hold of us via messenger, text, calls. We have a lot of small business owners that want to come on and get interviewed. We were going to start this week, but we still have some stuff we kind of need to get in order for this to be successful. Just to name off a few, I know there's a dog trainer.
Yeah, no, we're
excited
about that. I mean, that was like when we were thinking about businesses to have on interview, dog trainer never crossed my mind.
Not once.
So we were really happy she reached out. We're going to actually be interviewing her next week. So stay tuned for that. We're pretty excited. Should be a good, fun interview. I know nothing about dog training, even though I've got a bunch of dogs. You'd know that if you ever met them. But we're excited to hear from her, hear about her industry, how things are going. She says just a little sneak preview. She has a dog training business in Indiana, but she's expanding to Sturgis, which is really just right across the border. So, yeah, we're gonna have her in. We're gonna give her an interview, and maybe answer some questions you might have about dog training.
Yes,
if it's something that you're interested in, maybe doing. Maybe you're good with dogs, unlike me. You want to step into that realm of business.
Or just leave questions that you'd like us to ask her. I mean, of course, it's going to be fantastic. Another one that I am excited about, and we can't give too much information because we haven't set that up yet, but is the owner of a type of pizzeria in the area that I believe if I said most would know, but it's like a bottom up story, right? So it's a success story, and it's a way to learn like the trick of the trades, kind of how you climb up the ladder. So it's not given to you. You got to work for it. And we believe those are the best stories. And so that's something we're looking forward to. We have 8-10 other people wanting to be interviewed. That's such a long process. I'm sure you guys understand. So that'll be like a weekly thing. Instead of just us two dorks talking back and forth like we are now, we want to bring a third person in, possibly fourth, and really kind of dive deep into how they got to where they're at.
No, yeah, we're really excited for that. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. Something else we want to talk about in this episode is, you see a lot of podcasts, you see a lot of YouTube videos, shorts, reels, all over social media of successful, for the most part, men that talk about what they do and how they got to where they're at, or how they're continuing where they're at. And I don't want to name like too many names, but let's just say I can't even think of the guy's name. Then there's another one. They're really successful business owners, right? And they kind of tell you, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing, and it's fun to watch, and it pumps up Gabriel and myself because you watch, you go, that's what I'm going to do. But that's what we're going to do when we get to that point. We need somebody to talk about the beginning stages. We don't need to know what they're doing with $500,000, $2.5 million, how they're investing it, what business they're throwing the money in, what stocks to buy, right? Sure, you could throw a couple dollars in a few stocks every week. Great. But we need to know the beginning stages. And that's why we have this podcast. To kind of show the beginning stages of our lives in the entrepreneur business and in our small business, but also so you can climb with us or watch and get excited to take your own steps. And I think that is what makes us relatable to most people, right? You don't need to know the step 47, right? We're not even to step 3 yet. So as long as you guys kind of hang with us through this ride, I feel like we're going to kind of learn those steps one at a time, and we can climb that ladder, right? And not pull the ladder up once we get up there, or we get on step 5 and kind of kick downward. Nope, it's to lift everyone up at the same time.
And that's kind of why we're doing the podcast too, is we're building a library of media for people to be able to, a year from now, just because we're maybe up on step 4 or 5, a year from now, people can start watching this podcast from the beginning and start all the way at step 1.
Exactly.
So it's, I think it's going to be a valuable resource for a lot of people. So yeah,
I like that. I hope you guys tag along for that. Let's jump into Gabriel. Let's say 3 years ago, started to talk about his business, his lawn care business, and how he was on step 1 at that time, right? And I would listen to Gabriel. I'm always supportive of my brothers.
What'd you think deep down, though?
Deep down, I thought he was crazy. Bat crap crazy.
Yeah.
How do you not want to clock in every day, make a paycheck, go home, right? It just seems so easy. It has that American dream feel, except that feeling was sold to us, which is, I'm not talking down on anyone at all. Mm-hmm. But I thought you were crazy.
Yeah, like the whole working for the man.
Yes.
Things have changed over the last few years. I got in a little late, I feel like, personally.
Yeah.
I don't think it's too late for anybody to start now, but back when our parents were, starting out, it was like, they were making a living.
Yes.
They were able to provide good lives for us kids and
Pensions.
Yep.
Huge
Pensions.
401k matches.
Yep. Retirement, all that stuff.
Yes. Social Security promised to them.
And you can do that these days. You can, but you're really putting in a lot of hours. You're working your butt off. It's not so much of a family work-life balance. It's more work. So
I agree. And I always kind of I wouldn't really make fun of Gabriel, but I just couldn't understand. He would always say something like, "You're working for the man. Why not be the man?" And then you just always think, well, I'm comfortable. I'm content. I'm happy where I'm at. And, I have a feeling I wasn't. The only reason I got pushed into this, and I'm happy I was pushed into, I wish I was shoved into it, hit into it, was I got fired from my job after 17 years. Never a bad worker, always on time, early, stayed late, did all the extra hours, did what I was told. And, 17 years in the workforce, just fired like nothing. Walked out with security guards like I was a prisoner. It felt gross. It felt wrong. And I think in a moment like that, after I call, my mom, my dad, Gabriel, my wife, upset I got fired, it was a rough day.
It was a life-changing day, though.
Oh man, I was sitting in the Walmart parking lot, tearing up a little bit, and calling all my family, and I was like, I can't believe this has happened. I never dreamed of this happening. And I think it clicked right then. All the stuff Gabriel's been, the sweet whispers from my brother about what needs to be done, what I should do, the steps to take. And I think it all just kind of started to click. And I knew I couldn't just start right then. And it was the end of last year, so I had all winter to think about it. And I think with the soft washing, the window washing, everything that Mystic Sheen offers, I think that was just months and months of planning with all the confidence from my brother on that.
No, and it's gone a long way. I think sometimes when you talk about the business and how like maybe sometimes they're slow, I don't know. I look at what you've built, what you got going on, and I'm like, dude, I wasn't there at this point in my business.
Well, you had nobody kind of pumping you up, though. You kind of did it on your own.
Yeah, that's true. Apple fell far from the tree there. I'm glad I could kind of, pull this apple away from the tree.
Yeah, no, I agree. And, of course, you got the fears of starting a business because you're also not making money in the position I was in. And, after all these months, it's very rewarding, not in the sense of cash flow, even though I'm doing well. It's rewarding because it's nice that I can wake up during the summer, take care of my kids. They don't have to go every day to a babysitter's. I can plan Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at work, Monday, Tuesday, kids, it's us. Or whatever we want to do. Go to the zoo on one of these days. It's summertime.
The life end of that work-life balance. It's it's underrated. It really is, and you don't get that at a lot of places.
No,
that's not to say everywhere is going to treat you that way. But when you're kind of at the bottom of the barrel, that's how it is.
Oh man, working 12-hour nights at my last job and come home and sleep for 5 hours if you're lucky during the summer. You wake up, you're groggy, you're upset, you gotta go work another 12 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
With always then the fear the last few months there of getting fired because you see everyone around you getting fired. And it's just not the way to live. I'm just so happy we're kind of in this position. Again, first 2 steps for myself. Gabriel's at step 3, 4. It's great. And I think we're gonna do well. And that's why we hope you guys follow the interviews that follow after this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys are going to love it.
Yeah, no. And I mean, like you said, it's a big step. Tears were shed. I think probably a few more than you're, willing to let on, but
just a few.
Yeah. Hey, big men do cry. Okay?
Yeah. No, I've seen those comments too, guys. I mean, the camera's, it's doing something. I don't know. I'm sure these lines are spreading out. It's not straight, but it's doing something. Yeah. And is there anything else, Gabriel, you want to go with regarding that? Or
I mean, really hate to say it. Seems like we got through all the talking points.
Yeah, we did get through all.
No, we gotta build a natural flow to this. So
yeah, and that obviously this is step one right now in podcasting is trying to fill the time, but we're going to do that easily with the interviews we have coming. And again, we might have them come here, or if we need to go to you guys, let us know. I mean, we're happy to do that. We, for the most part, have Sundays off. We go to church. We do a little family thing afterwards. And right now it's Sunday night. So we can travel on if we need to, or you come here. We'll show hospitality.
Yeah, no, and I mean, a little change of scenery for us is great.
Yeah.
You know, if you got a nice little area, you were talking about a pizza joint. I bet you I bet you they would want us in there.
Oh, that would be awesome.
You know, they want to show off the feel of the restaurant.
Yeah.
You know, it might not be that way for every service industry. You know, the dog trainer, they're just going to come here, and that's fine too.
Maybe she can bring one of her trained dogs. That would be awesome.
We can move the chicken for the dog.
I don't know. I mean, this is going to be a staple in the podcast. I love this thing. I don't even. He calls it chicken. It's a rooster, but whatever. I don't.
A rooster's a chicken.
Rooster's a chicken. Not
No,
I don't know.
It's a good touch.
It's a good touch. We like it.
You know, maybe it's not a bad time to talk about what you like, what you have planned next. You know me, I'm always looking at the next step.
Right.
You know, I love lawn care. I have no complaints about it, but also being an entrepreneur, I'm always thinking about the next thing. What's the next big business idea? Lawn care is a little oversaturated. There's a lot of them out there. Competition's up. You know, I'm not giving up by any means, but there is something more that we can do. And, you know, I've kind of been pushing. I've got a buddy who I've talked to on numerous occasions about, hey, man, I got this idea. Maybe, you know, I think you'd be a good addition.
Is this the one I'm thinking of?
It is, yep. Yep. He,
He's a good guy.
He is. He just, you know, there is a lot of risk to it. You know, if you got a family, if you got a stable job, it is hard to take that extra time to start a business.
Yeah.
I still push him. I know he'd be a great business partner.
He's a smart guy.
Now I'm kind of, you know, turning my sights to Michael. I've seen what he's done with his business, and I think that there's a future potentially for expansion in certain areas. And, you know, I'm always looking at, I call it building an empire. You know, you want something that isn't just going to go for a few years and maybe fade away. You want something that's going to last generations.
Right.
So my next thoughts or my thoughts are always on the next thing. You know, you're kind of raised to think, you know, focus on the now and make the most of it.
Right.
You know, that's definitely appropriate. But also as an entrepreneur, you've always got to be forward thinking.
Right.
You got to be thinking, what is the next, you know, you're driving down the road you know, I'm out mowing. I'm always looking, and you'll see if you pay attention, you'll see different services all over the place. You see people out there working. There's a lot of people like us.
Yeah.
Maybe not as many as what, you know, I would like, just because I want to see people succeed. I want to see people take risks, succeed, fail, just do their thing, come up with their own ideas. But, you know, like I said, that's what I'm always focused on is what can we do next?
You know what I see? I see a lot of, not a lot, but I've been thinking about it. Septic tank cleaners, I suppose.
Yep.
Cleaners or flushers, what are they?
There's one around here on the back of their truck. It says, "Yesterday's Meals on Wheels." It cracks me up every time. Like, what a slogan. Like, nobody's going to forget that.
Hey, I didn't make that up.
No.
I mean, come on.
No, and, you know, it leaves a lasting memory in my head. When I think of, you know, poop suckers, that's who I'm thinking about. Yesterday's Meals on Wheels.
Yeah, I think they clean like porta potties, stuff like that. And, you know, you could do porta potty in 10, 15 minutes. I mean, it's unbelievable. You just got to have the will to do it.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people are going to, when they think of a porta potty or clean out someone's septic tank, it's gross.
It is gross.
Somebody needs to do it, though.
Yeah.
And who's going to do it? It could be you watching right now. It's not something we've gotten into, but what if one of you do it? You know, I only know of two around here. With lakes, they have septic tanks really close to the water. Sometimes the water seeps in and they got to get them flushed out once or twice a year. that is something that somebody can do, and really just take the risk.
Yeah, and I mean, we've been expressing it's not the cleanest work, but that just means fewer people are willing to do it,
and the price point. I mean, think of that.
There's not much competition. You almost got a monopoly on it.
Oh yeah,
So,
that is true.
Enough about talking about poop.
Maybe we need to stop. Maybe we should get into it.
Now, you can't
Cleveland and
convince me of that.
Cleveland septic cleaner. This perfect.
Yeah, we'll suck your poop. No, I don't think I'm into that.
I'll be behind the desk. I'll be letting them know where to go.
We might be having to hire crews come that point, though.
Perfect.
Yeah.
How's Jared doing? We get Jared to do it.
I don't know. He's a little bit high maintenance.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, anyways, you can't sit and think about all the different industries that are out there. It's mind-boggling. There's something for everybody. So just maybe sit down and in some quiet and get the ideas flowing. I do it all the time.
Yeah,
I do it all the time.
Especially when you have a mind like Gabriel or somewhat like me, where you do sit there and you think there's got to be something. There's got to be something. Go ahead, go Google jobs like that. Google, what isn't oversaturated. What is available? What is needed? Something that's needed, wanted, used all the time. The septic stuff, that's one example, but there are dozens, guys. And, you just got to look, take your time. Now, we understand life is stressful. I mean, it can beat you down, right? I'm not saying anything nobody already knows. But you just got to find the time for that.
At the end of the day, an entrepreneur is a risk taker.
Yeah.
It does take a little risk, and that's scary.
The risk, the reward, right? Or you could be like me 9 months ago, risk, reward, right?
Well, like I said last week, our worst case scenario is we go back to doing what everybody else already does.
Yes.
We're building something, and you know what? Maybe I think there's a good chance Mystic Sheen will be passed down to the next generation. You got a couple of kids that, what a future that would be for them. I think about how great it would be for, maybe we got left a business. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
But,
we start here. Why not? Didn't happen to you? Let's start it for the next generation, even if they're small businesses, right? But yeah, if there's anything else, I don't think there's anything else.
Honestly, I kind of want to transition to, it just popped in my head. We use quite a bit of AI for our business.
Yeah, we do.
I know it's a controversial thing.
Yeah.
I don't love data centers. I don't like any of that stuff really, but at the same time, it's here.
Yeah.
You got to use it. AI is a very powerful tool. We use it for advertisements.
Yeah.
We use it for building business cards. I think it's at this point in life, you got to take advantage of the tools that are given to you.
I agree. And I think an example of this is crypto. I remember hearing about crypto in 2012. And I just thought it was silly. what is this, fake money? And then you kind of get older and you realize money's fake for the most part. But it's all propped up, right? And I just never really got into crypto too much. And then it came and passed, for the most part. I think with AI is an example of that, where you can look at it and make fun of it or say, we don't need it. Great. It's not leaving because of your opinion. It's here. Use it to your advantage. You might as well go to and ask about business ideas. Give your information of who you are, what you like to do, all that stuff. And it can come up. It can spit some ideas your way. I think better than maybe anyone else confident you could talk to. You might as well use it for your advantage.
Yep. No, and I mean, like I said, I'm not huge on the data centers. I know, there's a lot of back and forth about that stuff. But like it's been stated, it's a tool. It's here. You got to use it. If you're not using AI, you're probably falling behind. The uses for it are, pretty tremendous.
Oh, yeah.
You got to take advantage.
Yeah, you do. I mean, it's we're not trying to be forceful, but if you think like we do, or maybe you want to take a risk of some sort, use AI to your advantage. There's free versions of it. I'm sure most of you know. I'm not going to name any of them off because they don't pay us to sponsor, but just find one, right? Kind of give it a test. It's limited for the most part if you're not paying for it. So don't ask too many questions in the beginning, but yeah, use it to your advantage. I don't I don't see anything wrong with that. Yeah.
No, and I mean, it kind of brings me into something else I want to talk about because I see it all the time. Is there these business owners? They'll make a Facebook post, and it's like kind of hard to keep up with. There's a lack of punctuation. I mean, I'm not going to call out any names. I'm not making fun of anybody. I get it.
Yeah.
But you gotta be focused on that kind of thing. We had a comment on one of our posts. I don't think they understood what we were posting exactly, but they said, yeah, I'm offering, or I'm trying to get some, what did they say?
I can't remember. I know what you're talking about.
I'm trying to do yard work.
That's it.
And whether you're a kid in high school or you're an adult and you're, trying to make some extra bucks on the side, it's that side grind.
Yep.
You wanna sound professional either way, whether you are a professional or you're not a professional. Like I told that person saying, yeah, I'm trying to get some yard work jobs. First of all, you can use AI to your advantage. Type that into AI and it'll give you a more professional look.
Exactly.
But also think about it a little bit.
Right.
You can come up with your own stuff too. What I told them was, you're looking to provide lawn services. That right there, that's almost 3 steps up from I'm trying to do some yard work.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So, you take advantage of AI. Really, before you post anything, take a couple extra minutes to go back through. I'm a little extra with it. I reread what I'm about to post probably 10, 15 times.
Right.
And still make a mistake every now and again. But just make sure that punctuation's up to par. Make sure that people can read it and it makes sense.
Right.
I think that's really important.
I do. And, you made a good point where even if you're not a professional, right, every professional was also not a professional at some point. They had to build themselves up, right, brick by brick. And obviously the ones that are professionals now did it right.
Yep.
And I think that's a good point. You need to, if you're not a professional, act professional.
Yep.
And then you have that part down to being a professional. And then you can work on your craft. If it's laying beautiful stripes in the property on your lawn, or cleaning the house, soft washing, what cleaning the septic tank out, then you can start learning that process. And then by the end of it, you're somebody that other people will look at as a professional.
No, and there's actually a term for it. It's called faking it till you make it, which sounds bad.
It does.
It doesn't sound great. But you got to put out a certain persona. If maybe you're not quite as professional, you just got to act. You just got to act more professional.
Right.
And it comes down to those Facebook posts. And that's not even to just, put the little guy down. I see businesses who make, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year. I see their, the owner, he makes a post and I'm like, dude,
yeah,
maybe you should hire somebody to do your posts. No offense, but you want to look professional. And I guess it's working out for him either way. But as us who are starting from the bottom, you got to do every little thing you can to, seem more professional, whether you are or not.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. I mean, that's the name of the episode right there. Fake it till you make it.
I like that.
Yeah. So we is there anything else, Gabriel, that you thought of?
No, I think that pretty much covers for the episode today. But like we said, next week we're coming back here. We got a dog trainer who is, she's pretty excited. She even asked if we were doing it live, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
How many times we had to restart this one? I can't believe we hadn't had to pause and reset.
No, we've been actually on a pretty good roll, I feel like. But anyways, dog trainer next week. Stay tuned, and
I'm excited for that. We hope you guys join us. Join us next week, episode 3 to the Entrepreneur Experience. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.